Most people see age 50 as a finish line, a time to slow down, retire, and enjoy the fruits of decades of hard work. But for Keith and Renee Whitaker, it was the starting line. At a time when many seek comfort, they choose the sea. With their 4 children by their side, they set out to sail around the world, despite never having sailed before. This is the incredible story of Sailing Zatara, a family that traded their suburban routine for a life of freedom, learning, and uncharted waters. Since 2016, their journey has captivated hundreds of thousands on YouTube, inspiring countless others to consider a simpler, more connected way of life. In this video, we'll explore where they came from, how they made the leap, the challenges they've overcome, and what their life looks like today, 9 years into a journey that began with one life-changing decision. If you've ever wondered what it would be like to leave it all behind and sail away, stay with us. Before they became YouTubers and sailors, Keith and Renee Whitaker were living what many would consider the perfect life. They resided in Flower Mound, Texas, a quiet, affluent suburb near Dallas, where Keith ran a successful oil and gas business. Renee was a devoted homeschooling mother, educating their 4 children, Anna, Jack, Finn, and Kate. Their lives were full of opportunity, comfort, and responsibility. But like so many modern families, they found themselves spread thin. Keith's long workdays were draining. Renee's devotion to homeschooling and household management left little room for rest. Their children were growing, and time seemed to be slipping by faster each year. There wasn't a single breaking point, just a quiet accumulation of stress and the growing awareness that something vital was missing. It was around this time, in 2015, that the Whitakers began talking about change. Not a vacation, but something more radical. They longed for deeper connection, for time with their children, and for an adventure that would bond them as a family. The answer came in an unexpected form: sailing. Keith and Renee began researching liveaboard lifestyles and quickly became intrigued. Neither had any sailing experience, but they were drawn to the simplicity and the self-reliance it demanded. They saw in it a rare opportunity to strip away the excess and focus on what truly mattered. So, they made a plan. They sold their house, liquidated Keith's business, and used the proceeds, along with carefully managed investments, to purchase a 55-foot Beneteau monohull sailboat for $257,000. They named her Zatara. In 2016, the Whitakers officially set sail with their children, then aged 9 through 15. They departed from Texas, leaving behind the only life they'd ever known for a future filled with question marks. From the very beginning, they made a choice that would come to define their journey. They would document everything. Their first YouTube upload was titled, "Family of 6 Decides to Sail Around the World, Ep 1. It wasn't fancy, it wasn't scripted, but it was real. And that was exactly what people connected with. The learning curve was steep. With no prior experience, every challenge was new. Mechanical failures, rough seas, navigation mistakes, it was all part of the package. But they didn't pretend otherwise. Each obstacle became a lesson, and each lesson became a story they shared with their growing audience. What viewers saw wasn't just a family sailing. It was a family growing together, becoming stronger through adversity and laughing through the chaos. From their earliest days, the channel attracted viewers who weren't necessarily interested in sailing, but in the courage it took to step away from the norm. As their adventures unfolded, Sailing Zatara quickly gained momentum online. People tuned in not for exotic destinations alone, but for the heartfelt way the Whitakers told their story. Their videos combined education, humor, and honesty in a way that felt refreshingly grounded. By 2018, the family realized that their monohull wasn't ideal for their needs. With the support of YouTube revenue, they upgraded to a Privilege 585 catamaran, also named Zatara, this time at a cost of $590,000. The name, chosen by their son Jack, comes from Edmond Dantes's alias in The Count of Monte Cristo, fitting for a vessel that carried a story of transformation. Since then, the Whitakers have logged over 59,000 nautical miles, exploring more than 50 countries. They've crossed oceans, passed through the Panama Canal, and explored regions as diverse as the Caribbean, Australia, Tonga, Fiji, and the Dominican Republic. Some of their most viewed videos include deep dives into boat ownership costs, behind-the-scenes family dynamics, and even sailing through high-risk regions like the Somali coastline. In May 2023, the family celebrated a remarkable milestone, completing a circumnavigation of the globe. For most people, that would mark the end of an epic journey. For the Whitakers, it was simply another chapter. Living on a boat isn't always picture-perfect. It's tight, it's raw, and there's nowhere to hide during disagreements. Keith and Renee have spoken openly about how sailing forced them to grow closer, to communicate more clearly, and to support each other more deeply. In their 22 years of marriage, this new chapter has challenged them like never before, but it has also strengthened their bond. Their story has become less about the destinations and more about what it means to live intentionally as a family. One of the biggest questions followers often ask is, what about the kids? Renee's passion for homeschooling didn't stop at sea. If anything, it blossomed. The children didn't just learn geography, they experienced it. They didn't just study culture, they lived it. From charting their course to fixing broken gear, each child gained life skills far beyond traditional classrooms. Anna wrote and published stories. Jack and Finn started YouTube channels. Kate developed a passion for painting. Far from being left behind, these young sailors were thriving. Like any public family, the Whitakers haven't been immune to controversy. In a since-removed video, Keith made political comments that sparked online backlash. In 2024, speculation arose on Reddit regarding an incident in Cannes, though the family never addressed the claims directly. Rather than fuel rumors, they chose to remain grounded in their values. Their motto, "Let it float away," speaks to their philosophy. Don't dwell in negativity. Focus on family, growth, and moving forward. Their ability to handle criticism with grace is part of what keeps their audience loyal. In 2019, a significant transition occurred when Anna, the eldest daughter, left the boat to attend university in Texas and study psychology. Her decision was met with bittersweet emotion. While the family missed her dearly, they fully supported her pursuit of independence. Anna's legacy lives on in the early episodes of Sailing Zatara, and her story represents a powerful theme, that the greatest adventure sometimes lies in letting go. As of 2025, Keith and Renee continue to sail with their remaining crew, Jack, Finn, and Kate. They've navigated the eastern coast of Africa and recently explored the Mediterranean once more. Their boat's real-time position is even tracked online through AIS data, allowing fans to follow their voyage across the globe. With over 621,000 YouTube subscribers, Sailing Zatara has grown into both a lifestyle and a livelihood. Their estimated net worth, around $1.9 million, reflects the value of their boat, investments, and content creation. For now, retirement isn't on the radar. Though Keith dreams of fly fishing in Montana one day, the family plans to sail until the last child chooses their next path. What began as a radical decision in 2016 has become a life's work. A digital time capsule, a love letter to family and freedom. Along the way, the Whitakers have shared not just their successes, but their doubts, their fatigue, their joy, and in doing so, they've built a legacy far beyond sailing. They've proven that it's never too late to start over, that true wealth is found not in things, but in time spent together, in stories shared, and in dreams pursued without hesitation. If this story stirred something in you, if it made you think about the dream you've tucked away, don't let it float away. Drop us a comment.